Hello and welcome to The Lawn Game, where I share with you tips and tricks to get the most out of your lawn care business and give you the freedom that you deserve. So today I'm going to talk about who is your ideal client now and why it's important for you to know that. So the first thing is, why is it important to know that? Because knowing who your ideal client is going to determine what marketing you do, what that marketing looks like, and the clients that you take on and the clients that you go after, the ones that you're going to give priority and the ones that you're not going to give priority. So it's really good information to have. So the first thing that I suggest is you need to know what your principles are, like your principles in business. What are the reasons for you doing this and what kind of person are you? So, if you're doing this because you want some extra weekend work and you're happy to do whatever work comes along, then that's different to someone who's trying to create a really large business and needs certain profit margins and that kind of thing. So the first thing you need to know is, what are your principles? Why are you doing this? Why are you even in the lawn care business in the first place? And it's really important that you know this because it's different for different people and everyone has their different ideas about what is important to them and what their values are. And the idea of being in business, in my view anyway, is that the business should work for you, not the other way around. The business is a vehicle for your freedom. And that freedom looks different to different people. So it's really, really important that you know what kind of person you are, what you value most, and why you're here in the first place. So knowing that, then you can work out your ideal client, which means you can target your marketing and target the clients that you go after, and etc. Now, for me, I'm going to use this myself as the example. My values, what I value most is freedom and flexibility. And so for me, what that means is I want to create my own schedule and I want to be able to operate my business remotely out of the field. And I also want to have low administration time. I don't want a whole bunch of extra work that I'm not getting paid for, that no one's getting paid for in my business. And so those are my priorities, and with those principles I can then go and I can work out who is my ideal client. So first of all for me is appreciation, and the reason this is so important to me is it's really hard work doing lawn mowing, and whether I'm the one doing it or someone else is doing it, they deserve to be appreciated for that hard work. And the client has hired you because they don't want to do it themselves, and there's a reason why they don't want to do it, because it's hard work. So above all else, the work must be appreciated. So if a client is rude and disrespectful, I don't want them in my business. Like I say, the business is a vehicle for freedom, and negativity is not freedom to me. I only want positive people in my life, and of course sometimes you can't avoid that, but in your business you can avoid that, and that is the first thing. So the second thing is that they must pay on time, and of course they must pay enough. So they must pay the price that I want them to pay, in order that I can hire someone else to do the work and still get the right amount of profit that I want, or if I'm doing the work myself, that I'm earning the hourly rate that I want to earn. And so they must pay on time. And the other reason for that is because if they don't pay on time, then they create extra admin work because you have to follow up on a payment, and that's not fun to me. The next thing is that they don't reschedule. So like I said before, I want to create my own schedule. So if someone phones up and cancels all the time and wants to change around the schedule, not only are they creating extra admin work, but they're also changing my schedule, which eats into my flexibility. And so that is a very important fact for me. The next thing is that they get extra services or they give referrals. So this allows my business to grow. So if they get extra services, I only offer a couple, which is weed treatments and hedge trimming. But if they get those services, they become a much more valuable client. And of course, they bring more money into the business. And the same is true for referrals. If they refer other people, they're bringing in people just like them who are probably going to be good clients, who are more likely to take on your business and are going to be good clients. So they are also helping to grow the business, and that's important for me. So the next one is relates both to admin time. These next two are low communication. So for me personally, I don't want to be on the phone talking to clients all the time, and I don't want to be talking to clients when I'm on their property because I'm not getting paid for that, and they're not friends, they're clients. Like, I want to look after them, but we're not friends. So I want low communication. I don't want someone who's going to phone me up every week, every 2 weeks, and talk about their lawn and talk about all sorts of different things that are going on in their neighborhood and their property. I'm not interested in that. I have a different life to that. And then the final one is that they pay into my bank account. So I no longer accept cash payments. And the reason for this also goes into that communication, where what I found was the problems that I was having was with clients who were paying by cash. They were doing all of the things that I listed above a lot of the time. So sometimes they would forget payment, or I would turn up and they would say, oh, don't mow it this week, can you come next week, can you come in another fortnight? So they're rescheduling and they're creating extra communication. They're wasting my time or my employees' time, because we still turn up to do that job. So of course we've driven there to do that and we're not getting paid for that. And so they're creating a whole bunch of extra work, and it's the work that I don't want to do, the extra admin work. So those are my principles, the reason why, and that's who my ideal client is. And it's really important that I know this, and it's been super valuable for my business, because actually about a year or a year and a half ago, I basically fired a whole bunch of clients, and it was so fantastic. My income really didn't drop very much, and I got rid of a whole bunch of problems from my business, and it was really fantastic. And now I'm really proud to say and happy to say that I'm only working with people that I want to work with and who fit the criteria enough to be considered an ideal client or within that range. So I ask you, in your lawn care business, why are you doing this? Why are you doing in the lawn care business? And what are your goals with it? And everyone has different goals, but what kind of client is going to help you reach your goals? If you're just trying to get a little bit of extra weekend work, then you have a lower criteria than for what the ideal client looks like to you. This is just someone who is available for you to mow on the weekend. If you want to be paid in cash because you like that, then this becomes part of your ideal client. You want a cash customer. Yeah, it really comes down to what are your goals, why are you doing this, and then work out what kind of customer is going to help you reach your goals. And it's really a great idea. I really recommend you do this, to write this down. Who is your ideal client? Describe them really well, because it gives you a lot of clarity, and it's really great for when you are in contact with leads. Like I said before, I want someone who's going to stick with the schedule and all of these other things. So when I'm on the phone with a potential client, I can ask them a set of questions to find out if they're going to fit the criteria before we even get started in business together. Because a lot of times, I'll do a separate video on this, I'll get a phone call from someone and they'll be like, hi, when can you mow my lawn? And I know right off the bat, this is probably not going to be a good client, because they're not sticking to a schedule of their own and all sorts of other things. So it really gives you clarity on who is your ideal client, why you want a client like that, how they're going to help you reach your goals, and how you can market to those people and go after those people and give you the freedom that you want from your business. So I hope you like this video. In future videos, I will be doing lots more stuff to do with the lawn care business. And I'm going to be taking you on the journey of starting a brand new lawn care business myself, which is on the Gold Coast. I've moved to a new city, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away from Brisbane, where I have my main business. And I'd love it if you want to come on that journey, and I'll show you how I do things. Thanks for watching. Bye.